Can you hear me, Lamin?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's the network, man. How was Spain though? Was it okay?
I'm not gonna lie. Spain was okay. We got to do a couple of things. I'm seeing family members and stuff. So it's been
That's
nice. I mean, the weather's been very decent as well. So yeah, I mean, I went with my little brothers and stuff. Been there for a whole week and that. So yeah, it was a pretty decent way to kind of be off everything and refocus, realign yourself, I
man,
guess.
for sure, man. I feel like that was something I needed. Last week has been crazy for me. It's not
Yeah,
been too good, but a lot of lesson learned. I made a video even about it, and
yeah.
that's what I was just editing.
Okay.
And some of that losses I took and the mindset behind it. But overall, last week was good. We went out as well.
Yeah.
So I had that time away from the chart. It was good, man. It's just nothing too much crazy happening in the market, but in real life, it was okay, I guess.
No, I think that I feel like that's how it is, to be honest. I mean, with this whole industry, I think yeah, you gotta have those little moments for yourself where you're completely off a line, just recalibrate yourself, refocus,
No,
realize yourself, come with a clear mind, I guess.
but I mean, we're here now, back in the charts.
Yeah,
More clear
exactly.
mindset to even stay more focused. Because like I said last week, we did learn some lesson. And again, it was just um throughout the bad habits and everything was just kind of going crazy in my head,
Yeah,
man. But other than that, I think this week is gonna be good because we're back on our normal routine. So just
yeah,
go out there on the charts and stay
exactly.
focused.
I mean, I tried to kind of be online, but I guess when you're away and stuff like that, and then you're not focused,
It's tough,
or
man.
you're not,
There's no need to even be bothered about trading when you're away.
yeah,
I mean, you
or you're
can
not
just
in the zone.
do
And
it.
I tried it. I think I tried it, and then I was like, you know what, this is not working because with family members, we literally spending the whole night together, probably going to sleep at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So it was up and down really. So I wasn't really, you know,
Sure,
in
man. But it's okay, man. We're here now this week. We're gonna just get on it. Let's see where we are, man.
and
Fucking,
so
I actually realized how helpful the videos making was. Actually, they were so helpful, bro. Like,
I'm not
I
gonna lie.
realized that last week.
Since we started, I went through some of the videos and stuff, and
Yeah,
after you go through the videos and take everything in, then there's a lot of lessons to be learned in it. Although there's mistakes in it, of like every other thing, but there's a lot of lessons overall in it, which is very helpful. Even us being at the point where we're consistent, we're seeing results and stuff like that. You're able to still learn few things here and there that you can implement on your next day. So yeah,
no,
the video, I'm not gonna let the case of keeping it up, being consistent and then doubling up down on the consistency, and then you know.
no, yeah, man, for sure. Nah, for it, building up for it actually to start showing. Yeah, man. Like I said, we're just gonna have to go through the same thing and just that you can see the market structure will stay the same on Euro USD. So just gonna quickly check on the weekly time frame so we can stay up to date with where you are. So this will be for EU first, and
Yeah,
then go through gold as well, and then maybe see what DXY is doing as well, and then so yeah, I'll do one, and then you can just show me on your side as well, so we can just continue going through it like that.
yeah,
But again, if you remember, like the structure on the euro side on the weekly time frame,
yeah,
nothing really changed. We're still waiting for that actually move to go and take out that structure. That is why I'm still stick with the bias on the euro side. So you can see from our previous video, the market keep just doing the same thing. The weekly candle will open, you try to sell and then make a new high, but with less volume. The weekly candle will open, you try to sell and then make a little bit high above the previous. This 25th as well, August, we did try to do this, but price stayed below this level. But the following week, the market open, we try to sell again. Market is not going low. See on the lower time frame, we're still making that series of higher high and higher lows. Toure truly is sleeping, I think. I don't want to wake him up right now. But yeah, so this week that open on EURUSD as well, I think the same thing will start to happen. We might have some little bit sell, at the start of the week, but the
Yeah,
idea for the euro is still to go higher prices.
yeah,
So, with that, I think the structure can actually start to see if we're gonna take this structure out this week.
yeah,
That will be the weekly goal for me for price to go ahead and take out this structure here that we have on EURUSD.
mm-hmm.
So that's the weekly perspective on the euro side. Especially, I'm seeing the euro trading back above this monthly level here from the previous month. So if we stay above this number here, 1.1683, I think we might have that volume to go higher from here. But again, we're just gonna pay attention to the structure, then that will tell us what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, so that will be it for the weekly time frame for me. Monthly, and you can see the monthly, the thing that we're saying, nothing really changed on the monthly side, and it's just the candle is still building, and we have like 15 days left, so
yeah,
we should be good. And then the daily time frame, Joe, let's have a look. The structure is the same thing because we need to look into the bigger picture.
yeah,
The structure is still this high here, higher low. Obviously, we have the higher high here. You see, this change that we were talking, and one of the video you mentioned, price might start to react around this level a bit, pull
yeah,
back, and start to break it, which is the sign that we're starting to see, and that is a good sign that the euro might have that breakout. But the weekly structure, we still have this as our higher high, and this is the higher low. So technically, we're still aiming for the euro to go and take out this high here.
yeah,
The volume starting to kick in. We have the volume in this candle. We have the volume in this candle. We have a volume in this candle.
yeah,
And then another volume here. On Thursday, we have a little bit volume, but I still do believe the euro will have more larger volume to go to the upside
yeah,
on the daily time frame. So I'm gonna stick with that. And the buys for me still bullish on the euro side until we actually take out this structure high here. Um, yeah, man. I feel like nothing really much on the daily time frame. What do you think about it? Like since the last videos, it looks like everything is say.
I'll be honest. I feel like in terms of macros and fundamentals, there's a higher chance obviously for the euro to go to be bullish, as we've been mentioning for the previous few videos that we've made. The aim is eventually to hit those higher numbers at around 1.17, 1.19 at or 1.20 being at the latest or at the highest. Well, based on obviously whatever, or based on stuff that we've read on the side of macros and fundamentals, and I feel like the bias hasn't really changed, which is good. Although we've had a couple of losses within the way, it's part of the game, nothing to worry about it. But yeah,
For
I feel
sure.
like because with everything that's building up towards this Fed cut that they potentially talking about, I feel like that's why the market has not really had those volumes as past months or past weeks or past couple of weeks.
Now, even pay attention, even though like the euro was in this ranging for a while, that is from when? Since the 7th of August, we've been in this range for a
Yeah,
while, like, and then we kind of just had more breakout until September 5th. So that is literally like August, like almost a month in that range here,
the
But
market being in a range,
yeah,
accumulating positions and stuff like that.
this is
Eventually,
so
those are taken out, and then I feel like I wanted to mention something on the our predictions, which is 1.20, 1.19. And I feel like my bias, from my point of view, it has not really changed. I'll be still very bullish on the
that's good though, because the buy you can't change that, especially at the point that we are, bro.
yeah,
If you think about it clearly, because looking in the market in a bigger picture, you can see we having like a head and shoulder pattern building up in this market anyway.
yeah,
And again, like if you paying attention, you already know the structure for this. There is very, very high a chance that euro is most likely to take out this high than
yeah.
going forward. So going against the market at this point to say you're gonna sell, you're actually just putting yourself in a big trap.
Because
Because again,
because because I feel like if you go only based on obviously. However, if we look at the bigger picture, obviously from the weekly time frame going down to the daily time frame, you can see a lot of rejection happening. Well, the market is kind of being exhausted from going down, and it's building everything to perhaps go to the upper end of things, as we've been talking about for the last few weeks and stuff like that. But
Mm,
yeah, from
correct.
my part, I'm keeping an eye on obviously on the euro as well as the pound and the Swiss franc as well. And then whatever pairs come in between that, I'll probably be keeping an eye on those as well. But for my main checklist for this week, it's mainly gonna be on euro, pound, and the Swiss franc. But yeah,
Chat. I think that I felt that the euro analysis here anyway, so and then we keep going. But yeah, man, the market is super bullish. The euro is still making, even in the range there, we're making series of higher lows here, higher
exactly,
lows, higher lows here, higher lows here, and then we have another higher low. So
exactly,
technically, this move might continue going because that is the time now the euro have actually formed the low that we need. The volume or the liquidity was already taken below here, so we might have the pullbacks on this candle a bit, but the
mm,
structure the way it's building on the daily time frame here, from the range we still have in making a series of higher highs and higher lows. So potentially this will be the daily higher low now for the
yeah,
euro to start this 1.17800 area that we had. So yeah, I think the euro is still bullish. So for that, the daily time frame is looking so bullish. I'll just go on the 4 hour time frame
and
and then
same. I'm saying,
just
even if you look at it for our, looks like obviously the rally that we had here last week, taking those highs on the left, and we reacted off a level, a very good level. That's really aligning with the EMA, as well as we have cycle levels on there. I had that level as well last week, but like I said, I've not really taken anything. But if you want me to go over it, I can still, go over it and then perhaps talk about the thought process that has gone
yeah,
behind.
that's fine. When we finish doing the analysis, when you do it so in your search chart, you can go over it if you like. That is not a problem, man. We're here.
Mm,
But for that, I think the euro price action still stay the same. The
yeah.
structure I remember, like from our first few videos, the price action was around here, and you can see the euro is making up higher lows here. This was a previous higher high. We then create a new high here. When price pull back, we have the higher low. Obviously, we are going to confirm this now as a higher low because we did break the structure and make the new high here. When we pull back, we are going to pay attention for this now. Are we going to choose this as a higher low on the higher time frame on the 4 hour perspective or no? So for me, I said no because the wick did not close above here.
Yeah.
Mix this channel video for a beginner showing where to start and not. Now that's fine. Me and Lamini will do that. I'm already working on that, bro. I've made a first video, so I'm gonna post that
And then I
episode.
feel like on that regards, well, if we do have some time on our hands, either if it's in person, that's a different topic. We'll probably discuss it on privately. We can
Yeah.
kind of have a link up and work on a couple of things. But yeah, that's a whole different topic. You know,
Now, so we already have a plan. I have the intro for it. I'm gonna upload that probably by tomorrow on how we are going to start the course. I think it's gonna be beneficial. So stay tuned, bro. Wallah.
no
Um,
problem.
No, for sure. So for that, the euro, I haven't taken this as a structural loss. So what I then do instead, I just modified it and then move a bit forward until I actually see price take out structure. Then I
Exactly.
confirm this as my higher low point. Because at the time, if price just wicked above here, we just took the liquidity. Yes, you can call it a higher high on the lower time frame, probably from 1 hour and going lower. That
Yeah.
would be a lower time frame. But the way I got structure based on the time frame that I'm on, I didn't confirm this as higher low, so instead I move on to this new low here
Yeah.
because I then start to use this as a higher low point. Why price did go and take out this structure high here, so we did make the new higher high around here on the 4 hour time frame. Then we
Mm,
can move back again. The euro make a higher low point here.
yeah.
Okay, are we going to confirm this as higher low? At the time price was here. No, we're going to wait until we see price was around here. But again, the way we was taking the trade, because we
Yeah.
already confirmed this a higher low. Now price take out this high. When price come back down here, we took that trade. because we know once price make the higher high, we are going to go and take out this higher high here. This was our trade ideas on the previous video, if you remember. And
Yeah.
so when the euro gets here, we know this is a higher low point, so there is potentially this low is going to be protected. So we're going to target this high here. So that's
Yeah.
why we look for buys here, and then the euro then continue going higher and make a new higher high. What caught me last week? Okay, so now we get into the
I mean, I can kind of already see, but I'll let you explain, then we can take it from there.
so what caught me last week was here. So
Mhm.
when price take out this high here,
Yeah.
and then already I kind of start to see this pullback here. So when
Yeah.
I wake up on Monday, I seen I'm like, oh, 4 hour time frame giving me all this volume here. So technically, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna pay attention and start to use this as my higher low point instead. But bro,
Exactly. Yeah.
if we use the same logic we use here,
The previous
price
week.
close
Exactly.
here, just wicked above it. But the
Uh,
funny mindset, the fear of missing out, I was like, I'm gonna miss out the next trade. Yeah, bro, by Wednesday, everything was just blurry. I couldn't even read the chart clearly anymore because I started to take some unnecessary losses here, and my mindset just got into that FOMO.
and then not to cut you off, I think was it the last video that I attended with you, the previous one, and you remember how we say that obviously on that week I think we made some brilliant setups and stuff like that. If you
Yeah,
look at the whole sort of technical analysis that was going between this range, we can clearly see that the euro pair has literally been doing the same thing. Literally gave us is giving us that impulsive move to the upside, then leaving a bit of liquidity there. Then
all there. It's literally all just there, bro. But I wasn't paying attention. It's crazy. But again,
exactly.
when you about to learn the lesson, you're just going to learn them in a bad way. And especially me, when my bad habits come in, bro,
Mm.
it still actually makes my mind fully aware of the
And then
things that I'm doing. It can cost me a lot to learn, and but by the time I realized it was on Thursday, I was like, yeah, bro, like you're not paying attention. You're just trying to chase the money at this point. I
at
was
this
trying to revenge some of the losses that I had already, and I was like, that's not gonna work. And then obviously by Friday I have to reframe my brain and just think. First of all, I haven't writing down my goals for the month. Secondly, I haven't been focused on the chart as much as I used to. And thirdly, I'm more now focused on the money side than the actual analysis. It's crazy, man. But
Mhm.
we go through the things that we go through just to learn and just work on the things. But the structure stays the same though. This will be the higher low point. The euro did now create a new higher high here. This wasn't the higher high. That is what caught you on that trap if you don't do the structures correctly. So as you can see, once we make the higher high, that's when we actually start to have a deeper pullback.
Yeah.
And look, the pullback comes to the pullback didn't end until we actually come into the extreme point of this move.
Which
You
is
can use this as your extreme point now because this
mhm.
the this where the move actually started
Actually,
and throughout
yeah,
the structure.
taking
So you can
the take
modify this from here to there. So
exactly.
now this is the higher low point. Now the euro make a new higher high, and we kinda having the sign that this might be a higher low point, but we cannot confirm this yet until price take out this structure high
Yeah,
here. So
exactly.
that is the target on the euro USD side. But currently where price is, I don't see any entry opportunity around here because it's too risky. First, we're reacting back to the previous monthly high here. Secondly, we can see the euro is now still reacting at this key level here. And
Mm.
for us to actually get into any trade, I think the best thing for the euro is to see if price can break back above these areas
Yeah.
by Wednesday or Tuesday, then give us on like a retest here, maybe on the lower time frame. The 1 hour will give us the clear structure once we go a bit lower down. Or worst case scenario, the euro can just try to deep pull back a bit to feel like at least 50% of this weight
50% of
that we
that.
have here, and then we can continue having those buy that we'll need. So that is kind of the idea that I'm seeing on the euro side.
Mm.
So with that, I'm just gonna go a bit more down to the 1 hour time frame. Now we know the structure on the 4 hour stays the same. So until we take out this structure here, we still um building up the structures that we need. So I'm just gonna modify this a little bit here.
Yeah.
And that again, you can see even if now that gone a bit lower to this candle, because this is the last selling candle we had here. So technically, that is the um, order block candle on the 4 hour time frame. So price wick just right below it. We haven't really touched it. So there might be another chance that price can come back down here. So you just gotta pay attention to market structure.
And then, cause obviously, that that's obviously point of interest, definitely aligning. I still have that level. As literally have same criteria as yours. And yeah, same thing as you said. We can literally, one the two things we're looking to for the euro to do in here is either break above the previous highs of last week, or either give us a deeper retracement towards the area of interest, which is aligning with cycle level, and then
Mm.
that week there using that as a full yield to then generate and move to the upper side. But then again, I feel like this week is gonna be we're gonna have a
Yeah,
lot of
this week, this week, I feel like there might be some volatility in the market a lot. But again, to catch those moves, because the volatility of the market, if you see this rally here, price needs to come into certain level for it to have that volume to actually kick in and push the price to the higher price that it needs to. So whatever intention of these buyers that might be coming in this market here, so if their intention is to buy the market again, like we discussed in the previous video, they're potentially gonna try to sell this market at lower prices and then take it to the higher
yeah,
prices. And that is kind of what I'm seeing on the euro side.
yeah,
Again, if we just pay attention to the structure on the 1 hour time frame, so
yeah,
the week that we avoided on the 4 hour, we didn't use it as a structure on 1 hour time frame. It's a structure point that we can use. So we
yeah,
had a higher high here. So technically, this is a higher low point.
yeah,
Price then come back here, give us a double bottom around that level.
yeah,
When we push higher, this push here, can you use this as a structure? No. Why? Because price didn't break out the structure that we are looking for market to take out. So technically, we're still within this range that we had here. So
yeah,
we were still in this move here. So when price is just doing around here, that we didn't do much until we actually break it. So structure wise, you can say this whole move that we had here
mhm,
from here to here is just one leg. So price went from here to here, then we create a new higher high that we was looking for that 1 hour structure. So you just need to pay attention to the market structure and how it's building up. So when we make the higher low here, we
mhm,
then create a new higher high. So technically, this is still a higher low point that we need to pay attention to. That is why I still have these levels here, because obviously the price was reacting this 4 hour order block here and then continue going here higher from there.
yeah,
So we do have the higher high here. We can then say this is internal structure that give us the volume to take out the structure that we needed. Or
mm,
to go even a bit more, you can now ignore this area and then use this as the
yeah.
higher
Is
high
your high?
point.
Yeah,
Because like this candles pulls back here doesn't make any sense to actually use them as a formation. If you look when the market is making this high point here, it does certain candle formation here. If you can see here, 1, 2, 3, and then we start to have pullback. So
yeah,
this kind of formation here, if you
mhm,
have this here, 1, 2, 3, and then we pull back, this kind of formation here is kind of like more aligned to like structure, swing high points and swing low points. So the market just continue doing them over and over. So I didn't get that on here, so I'll use this as my higher low point. So technically, I'll say this is where this last leg started from. So this will be the higher low point that I'll need to pay attention to, because when the market was going to take out this structure here, we build that structure, we pull back. Now only confirm this as a higher low point. Why? Because we did take out this structure there. So that is the reason I'm gonna use this area as the higher low point on the euro side. So we're still waiting for the euro to come back to this area if we did. So we can look for buys here. But I think my analysis on the euro is just going to stay this worst case scenario. What else might happen if I just
yeah,
flip the charts real quick? Um, you can see, okay, this is the key area that we currently having, and that is reacting from there. That is good. So what we might also see on the charts here, just to pay attention to this level. Just gonna quickly change this here. Okay, because this area was looking for price to come here last week. That is where the disaster start to happen. I'll start to look for some don't buy here without waiting for any confirmation.
Yeah.
Again, we discussed that in the previous video. When markets come to this order block, you might be thinking, okay, this is now the order block, so price can hold this order block and then continue buying, but it can still stay as your order block, even if price break it and then
Yeah.
come back above it, break it again, and then the moment price start to trade back above that area, that is when you start to use it as your higher low point. Um, so that
And
is
then,
what.
even if you look at maybe the entry, obviously right where the entry is, or right where obviously the market reacted of the area of interest. Maybe if you put that on a lower time frame, it's definitely not, it's not aligning with a time based volume.
For
Maybe
sure.
it's outside obviously London Open, and between London Open from 9 till 11. Then obviously it's not within the time-based volume of New York Open, which is from 1 to 3. Let's have a look at it and see if I'm right, or if I'm wrong.
Where this area, right?
Yeah, that area there.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly mark it so we can check down the lot so I know where we're talking about. Okay,
Yeah,
so 15 minutes.
exactly. Yeah.
Let's see. Price just don't make the price action just didn't make any sense to even look
And
for
then
any.
now let's mark London Open.
So London will be from that's Tuesday now. So we can use from 7. I usually use 8 for
Yeah.
London, and then we can go for 2 here.
Yeah.
Bro, like, look at the price action at that point anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. Look at London Open. If I was to take a trade on here, obviously time based volume, I have that London Open from 9 to 11. Then obviously my entry criteria, you already know. I'm looking for to obviously bullish candles, either bearish candles. If you look at it, if we look at it here, yeah, through the market as bracket of the area of interest, all of this area has been probably just slowed down literally before London Open. And then obviously once London's open, we didn't really have that confirmation. I probably would have taken that as mistake number one. Then number two, if we go to New York Open, same thing. Yeah, market has reacted. It's been obviously kind of ranging in here, but then we didn't have that reaction that we normally look at after market has
Look
been
at
kind of.
bro, technically, like at that time here, honestly, I was just revenging that chart the
Yeah,
fuck up.
yeah. I
But
get it.
again, it happened, man. You gotta learn your lesson in a bad way
That's,
if
yeah.
you don't.
Move on. Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that was that for the Euro side. So currently, though, this week for sure, we're back in the game with the right mindset. So we're gonna be patient as much as we can and
That's
just
we
try to
can.
execute that chart with clear mindset. Because again, you cannot rush this thing, man. The
Uh,
moment you start to rush it, it will
you
cost
mess
you
up everything.
blow your account and then you're gonna start the whole process. So, but
Mm,
for now, I think what we can see here, the euro, again, like we're in a ranging market. Technically, we have no other reason until we actually see price either come here, give
mm,
us clear reason that it's going to buy from here, then we can buy. Worst case scenario, we're just gonna come and take out this little liquidity that price is
mm.
leaving
And then
before
react
we
the
tap
area.
into
Yeah.
yeah, and then go here. But pay attention, if price come back into this area, the only reason that is aligning with this area and we have more confluence is because we have the psychological number there,
Mm.
1.17. So the euro might start to fail and break below this level. So we might retest it one more time and then continue going into the 180.
And
So
then,
we pay attention to that area.
if you don't mind, I'll go over. I'll probably just add a little bit onto everything that you said, because
All right.
obviously pretty much our analysis and then the way that we see the market is very similar to you. To
Nah,
it,
yeah, man.
it's very
That's it.
similar.
That will be it. You can share yours. That would be my first idea on the chart for Euro USD. So you can
And
just
literally same thing. This was last week's obviously trade. The trade that was taking the piece literally had to held it for what, 2 days, I think, or something like that. But yeah, that's gone. So obviously, yeah, this is the area that I had. And yeah, like I said, you've literally said everything. And the one thing that I'm looking at, if I was to buy anywhere around here, is only if the market does this. Okay, if the market, break these highs here, give us a retrace around here,
Mhm.
and do this. Then obviously I'll be looking at the area of interest at around here. A cycle level maybe around here, 1.4, 1.4, around here.
Mhm.
So this is gonna be my area, but only if the market decides to break this high that we've already created in here. Or otherwise, I'll probably just be waiting this lower level in here that I had marked up since last week.
Yeah.
Market kind of touched on it a bit, just wicked above it because obviously we had news
That
on
we
this.
can easily get filled, bro. Like
Yeah. And
weeks
then
like this can easily just get filled.
yeah, this is what I'm saying. So I guess obviously, what I'm seeing and what Suleiman is seeing is pretty much the same. This is a
That's the
case of being patient at this point because obviously, if you look at here on actually on the 16, we have retail sales in here. We have a bit on the euro side of things as well, and we have these other yeah. It's a bit reddish this week. So it's just, if we were to take anything, it's just gotta be, wait for those highs to be taken out.
Mhm.
Then yeah, look to buy anywhere around, this cycle level. If the market does not really do that, yeah, we just gotta wait, for the market to retrace a bit deeper here. Maybe
Yeah.
probably on Wednesday, Thursday. That's what I'm anticipating. Take this initial reaction in here. I might take this as premature buy. So I'm
Mhm.
anticipating the market, to kind of come a bit deep as it has done for the previous weeks. If you look at it here, let me highlight. Okay, we had this break here.
Yeah.
Okay, we had this break here. Market reacted here firstly, a little
Yep.
bit prematurely, then came here, taken that area. Then again, we broke above here. Yeah, we broke above here. Then the market done that. That's where Suleiman, lost his head. And then it has kind
That's
of
for
used it
sure, man.
as an area of fuel to
Just
fully
building that trap, bro. Like, don't
and
just get caught with that trend. That's all I can say,
I'm not
bro.
really convinced of
Really much the same. The structure is just one thing for sure that keep us aligned in the same market here. But yeah, I'll be waiting for that on the euro side as well for that pullback. If we have a pullback at 1.17, then we can wait for confirmation, bullish sign, and then we can buy. So if price just then dip a bit lower, we're just gonna have to wait until we actually come back down to 1.16500, and then we can look for buys from there. But yeah, that is that for the Euro USD. If you want, can we can go over GU, or if you want, I can go over the gold, whatever you want.
um I feel like for GU, I mean, it's pretty much the same, relatively to the euro. Yeah, we had obviously this impulsive, obviously this rally up here. Market reacted if there would have been an entry, but like I said, I've not taken anything last week.
Yeah,
So, yeah, this would have been, beautiful entry indeed. Obviously market broke these highs in here, giving us a new higher high, to put it that way. Then
yeah,
obviously we had our zone within our side level, 35.0, and our quarter side level, which is 13,4,750. So the
yeah,
market reacted perfectly in here. And literally in during what time? Let me look at that time as well. Okay, the market. Yeah, this is yeah, it was still in London. Obviously, my time is volume. I probably normally have it. I'm from 9, which is here 9 to 11, 9 to 11, 9 to 11. So this would have been the first entry. As you can see, obviously we had the first candle, the second bullish candle. Would have been an entry in here, but like I said, I've not taken anything. Yeah, reacted perfectly, giving us a 1 to 3. I'm risking 20 points, but yeah, what I'm anticipating for this week is potentially this. This is what I'm looking for. Obviously, this pair to do. We've already had a reaction in here, so this area is not valid to me anymore, and
yeah,
that's also telling me that maybe euro might obviously do the same movements as the pound. So this
mhm,
is what I'm anticipating for the market to do. We have maybe this reaction in here
yeah,
maturely. we're gonna react a bit here, maybe come back down here, taking that area and doing this. So if it does this, then I guess Euro USD might react off of the middle area that we had marked previously, which is this one here. So if GU does that, I'm looking for the market to kind of react from here. But if it does not really do that, then we're looking for the market to come a bit lower.
No,
Uh,
no, that's right, man. This market is just at the point that we're in, pay attention to structure, wait for the dips and buy more. And they're all basically doing the same. The dollar is weak. I'm gonna go through the dollar as well.
over gold, because obviously you're the master of gold. I'll just let you.
Gold has been beating my black ass last week, bro. But we got through it, man. The idea for the euro and seeing mine and yours now, like it makes actually sense that the bias still stays the same. So again, it's just matter of being patient and just let the market do what you got to, and then we can go from there. But the gold side, gold is looking super clean though. It's just once gold starting doing these moves again, it's not gonna stop. It's just gonna be crazy. I'm just
Mm,
gonna hit these levels here so we can have some fresh levels. These ones here, I might just need them on the chart just for in case. But for gold,
mm,
I'll just quickly check on the monthly time frame. I'm just gonna.
yeah,
If you remember when this last month just closed, I was like, bro, seeing this monthly candle closes like this, gold can do crazy, crazy, crazy moves. And bro, just
yeah.
14 days from there, you can see gold hit not only 3,600, but even break it higher to 3,650.
And
Bro,
then
go.
yeah, and then make sure you let the viewers know that I'm anticipating gold to at least reach a 4,000.
Nah, for sure. Gold is gonna be going crazy to
Yeah,
4,000. Especially we're getting closer, closer to like
yeah,
3,700. That is going to be the next target for sure on gold.
mm,
But we need that little bit breathing for the market to actually continue going higher. But the monthly time frame is still looking super bullish. So we
mm,
just currently holding at this psychological number, which is the mid level
mm,
from this 3,600 to 3,700. So this is the mid psychological number there. That is why price is reacting from there. So we just need like a break back above there, but I do believe the monthly candle have that volume that we will need for gold to actually take out this high. Because again, we've been having like 3 months of price just having exhaustion here. Now we're starting to have the volume coming in. So what if we have another 3 months for gold? So technically, gold will push into that psychological number there.
telling you, bro.
But yeah, gold is looking good on the monthly time frame. So if I just go on the weekly time frame, again, the same thing will just apply. Last week I marked this high here, but I'm not interested in that anymore.
Mm,
Um, so currently looking at the price action on gold, you can see we just break through 3,500, run into 3,600 just within like 1 week. And
mm,
then obviously now we're breaking 3,600. Last week we hold above 3,600 price. Obviously from 3,600 we needed to go into 3,700. So, but we didn't have enough volume in the market to continue going there.
mm,
But looking at the gold, obviously we can see the weekly structure was this high here. We then
mhm,
hit a low here. Now we can clearly see we did break the structure high here.
yeah,
So on the price give us a reason that is going to pull back on the weekly time frame. So far, we don't have any reason. We just have the breakout. We
yeah,
have a continuation. So potentially we might have a little bit pullback and then have like another continuation in this week candle. So that is how this weekly time frame is looking like for me on gold. Super
mhm,
breakout continuation. So we have last week open, we did try to sell, market reject just a little bit, then go and make out the new high. Then we create a new high above here. So this week that just opened, I'm expecting the same thing. We might have this little bit sell that we're starting to do here. Then
at least
price
50% of that candle then move up. Yeah,
uh
I said at least a retracement to 50% of that candle, then you probably tank up. Yeah,
no, for sure. And again, I'm just gonna put my psych level right there because I don't know why I don't have it. And you can see this reaction is happening
exactly.
at 2,600 right there. These psychological numbers they work so good on gold and US 30, bro. Like I feel like the market will have more volumes around this level than it actually does in any other level. Again, if you
Mm,
look at the breakout here, We just break 3,400, bang, we hit 3,500. We break 3,500 in 1 week, we push into 3,600. We break 3,600, so technically price still above this area. We
Yeah.
have a very, very, very higher chance that the gold will run into, and that is like 1,100 pips, bro. That's a lot of pips, and gold can do that like in 2 days, bro.
Into this, yeah, without that, without doubt, yeah.
Yeah, so the weekly time frame goal is still super bullish. I'm gonna make sure I didn't learn the same lesson, bro. Like, don't chase the market. Let the market do whatever you gotta do, then move on from there. But especially now, we're starting to have more exhaustion here. Prices reacting heavily from this level. Not only that, any market structure that you'll be looking at, whenever price take out that key structure high that you were targeting, it's gonna do a pullback, and that pullback is going to be like a deep pullback. It can go for a week or even 2 weeks. So that is why I'm gonna have to be very careful with the buys on the gold here until we start to see like some proper reasoning on the lower time frame. Then we can continue going with the market from there. But until then, price did take out this high. We've been staying above here for like how many days now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, about a week and a half, so we're good. So currently, I'm gonna use this as the high, but still, there is no confirmation that this is the higher high yet. Because once we make a swing high, we need to have at least one, two, and then a nice bearish engulfing candle. But we don't have any candle here that is bearish to use this as a higher high. So I still believe gold can continue going higher. Bro, my charts are so messy around here. I'm gonna have to do a little bit cleaning. I'm gonna delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. Now we have some clean charts. So yeah, bro, like the daily time frame, I still believe the gold is just going higher because we don't have any pullback here. But be careful with any buys around here. That
All
is
right.
why special around this psychological number, because gold can now then do one thing. We can have a pullback all the way into this psychological number 3,600. Then we can have, but all I'm looking for gold to do on a pullback is just like 2 3 candles for a pullback. Like one candle is not enough, two candle is not enough, at least 3 candles to have the pullback on the lower time frame. Then we can look for the key areas like this, so this kind of rejection for gold to buy. But daily time frame, there is not too much structure there that I need to explain on gold, honestly. So I'm gonna go into the 4 hour time frame, and everything will start to make so much sense on gold, bro. So currently, I know we're trading back above structure here. So technically, the market is still super bullish because that's the daily high there. So gold, the reason we're gonna be paying attention for buys is because the 4 hour structure still stay the same. We have the higher high here, higher low, because we have at least 2 candles there. We then have the higher high and the higher low here. This is not the higher high. Another reason why I got trapped on the with that trend last week. Uh, from here, I just have a lot of, I don't know, a lot of fear, FOMO in the market.
Yeah.
But the higher high here, this is now the higher high. Why? Because we take out this high, and then we actually give us the sign that we need that pullback is going to happen, which is 1, 2, and then 3 bearish candle here. So these 3 candles now confirm to me, okay, now this is a higher low, this is a higher high. So this low here is not a higher low. Why? Because we haven't take out this structure. This low here is not another high here. Because why? We still haven't take out the structure. So technically,
Structure, yeah.
gold is just building structure in this leg here. It's just building like a consolidation. We just need a breakout. So that is why we need to pay attention to the structure so we can catch that breakout. But for that gold on the 4 hour time frame, my structure stays the same thing. I'm gonna use this as my key area on gold here, this level here, but I want to see where this is reacting. It's not here, so we're just gonna use this area as it is. Ooh, jeez. I think this might make a bit more sense, to be honest, because when price was in the buy, we did push higher here, and then we react this level at the first time, then price pull back, we react on it again, price then break back above it. We have another reaction here. This is
Yeah.
another fake break back below it, and then we have that break back above. So I'm just gonna use that area for my area of interest on gold and just drag that until Friday
Mm-hmm.
3 p.m. So that is another one area to look at on gold. Why? Because that is the extreme point of the move, anyways.
Yeah.
You know, this is the high here, higher low here, and the higher. So gold can easily come all the way down here. That is why we need to be very careful to look for any buys around here.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So for that on gold, I'm just gonna see if the 4 hour time frame perspective, we need to come down here at least. If not, we just gotta look for the key areas around here. I'm just gonna quickly end this chart upside down. So what we're gonna do, we need to know why this is reacting around here, because this we cannot use any of this level as a extreme point now, because why we haven't taken out any structure here, so it's very risky to go against this. So what I'll do instead, I'll just use this as the key area this week here, because then I can now understand why price is reacting to like wherever it's doing around here. We're reacting here, reacted, and now we kind of break back above here, and this area will make more sense on the lower time frame, honestly. But for that gold 4 hour time frame perspective, I'll use this as my higher high. This area I'll just pay attention to a little bit, but gold can easily liquidate these lows that we have here, and then even have a deeper pullback. So don't get caught with that trend.
Exactly. Just be patient. Don't try to be Suleiman last week.
Don't try to be me because you will not. It's not gonna be good for you. But the 4 hour time frame on gold, we just know price is just ranging, reacting at this, key area that we're starting to build up here. We're just gonna try to translate that into 1 hour time frame so we know exactly what's going on around there. And again, now it makes much more sense to pay attention to that area. Why? Because the 1 hour time frame, the structure, you can see we are making the high here and the higher low here. We have the higher high there and then higher low here. This is where I got caught again. Like I shouldn't have used this a higher low, sorry, a higher high point, because again, look at the pullbacks. It don't make any sense that the market have actually pullback. And if you look at this candle here and compare it to this, or even this, and even compare it to the high, once the actually high makes sense, you can see like I don't know. There's something that you can tell in the chart when the high is actually done. So this is the 1 hour structure on gold currently. This is not the structure. Now we can see why we choose that 4 hour area that we choose there.
Yeah.
So as long as price is trading below this here, you can even go a bit and just use the wick. As long as price is trading below this key area here, because that's the structure point on gold here. We just having everything else that you're seeing here is just a reaction based on here.
Yeah.
We have a reaction, we break back below it and then break back above it. So currently, if gold stay below this area, price can then pull back around here and then even continue going lower.
Yeah.
But the idea stays the same. 1 hour time frame, we need to pay attention to this area here because that is more aligned with 1 hour structure. But 4 hour time frame, we need to pay attention to this structure here. But again, we're just looking for higher low point on the 4 hour time frame. We don't know where that higher low point is going to be.
Yeah.
That is why we're gonna pay attention to this 1 hour extreme here, and that is perfectly aligning with
The
our
side level.
EMA there. So that is an entry opportunity on gold once price pull back here. Because then we'll have a nice pullback. We have a higher high,
Mhm.
we have a higher low, then continue going on gold.
And then I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this 1 hour area of interest that you marked up, I feel like
Mhm.
is an area to pay attention to, because obviously if you look at the way obviously the current market is moving, and then obviously the alignment with the EMA,
Mhm.
looks like this area might have a higher chance of it holding and then reacting from here and then tanking all the way down or tanking all the way up.
No, for sure. Again, like you can see, like we even have more liquidity void around here. Price
Exactly.
then have a nice liquidity gap here that we need to fill. So that technically this area is very, very high likely that the odds might come into our favor once gold goes down here. If not, worst case scenario, we're just gonna use the overall leg that we in. for price to actually take this whole thing as a liquidity here, this whole gap that is building here. So we can now see that this is a gap that potentially needs to fill on gold for it to go. But first, we're gonna pay attention to this little gap that we had around here. That is what I'm gonna do on gold. So there is no reason right now to go on any lower time frame than 1 hour on gold. Because if you do that, you're just gonna put yourself in a bit mess on gold because gold it don't work good on the lower time frame. So but once price hits this level on the 15-minute time frame, you'll see the structure will start to align more with the 1 hour structure, and then you can take advantage of it. Worst case scenario, this is the key area that we're paying attention on gold here. When price did this pullback here. So worst case scenario, what the market might do around here, if we then now break back above that area around London or New York, let's say price then completely gonna make a new high, fresh high above here, because we can see the counter trend still stay the same. We make this low, lower high, lower low, potentially lower high for price to take out this low, which is a continuation for the counter trend. But for this to switch, we need price to do this pullback, then take out this high one more time, give us a new high here, and then we can look for the retest and then buy gold. But gold, honestly, target wise, we are gonna go very high though. Like this is just short term target, but the long term targets on gold is 4,000 for sure, bro. But yeah, man, that is going to be my idea on gold that I'll look for. I'll pay attention to here. If not, we're gonna wait for price to come even a bit lower around there, and then we can start to look for advantage of it because we still haven't have any retest on this psychological number here. That we break 3,600. So we need the retest of it, and yeah, that will be it for gold, honestly.
No, I mean it's absolutely bang on. I'm not gonna lie. If I was obviously to do the analysis for gold, I probably would have come with the same thing as you, literally just gone over. And but yeah, it's just a case of being a bit patient this week. Like I said, like I previously mentioned, this week is gonna be very volatile. And if you're not able to play the game of patience, then you're gonna get yourself into trouble. And we don't really want that to happen within this industry. You don't really want to hand back whatever profits that you've made back to the market, because obviously it's not easy to make a penny from this market. We keep on saying that here on here every single day, and it's even more pointless for you to make something and then give it back. Just for you not being able to be in control of your
Say
emotions.
that again, bro. It's so easy to make it, but like it might be even you, bro. You could be taking like 5, 10 trade. You're banging on profit.
Mm.
Two damn worst trade can take all the profits away from you, bro. Like,
Mm.
and that is almost what happened to me last week. Don't be seeing these videos here, me reading the charts, whatever I do here, bro. You can understand this chart to the core, but the moment emotions start to play in the game, it's going to be long. And but
Exactly.
this thing though, because if I wasn't having the awareness that I have right now, I would have just continued going in the same
Yeah,
flow and revenge. Every week is just going to be a revenge week for me, bro. But
exactly.
again, analysis, the rest just come down to patience and just wait
Yeah.
for that. Because some of these trades I took here last week, if I had honestly be with you right now, you would be like, bro, you are the most immature trader that I ever had, bro. So, and it might not even be the case, like it's
Yeah.
not the charts, bro. Like you start to forget about the analysis that you're doing on the chart. Now, a lot of things might come into your head when it comes to money wise, and you're like, okay, I need to change this thing in the market right in this trade.
It becomes a
Like
problem.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Just paying attention. For me, this week for sure, my main focus is going to be how I approach to the market, not
Yeah.
anything like that. Is going to be my main goal. Even if I don't take any trade this week, it's okay as long as I'm aware of the things that I'm doing when it comes to the
That's
charts.
the most important, and that's why they say, obviously they say, if it's not broken, then don't try to repair it. You're just gonna break it even further. And like I said, we've all gone through this. We've all, it has happened to all of us, to the best of us, even where obviously you make a bit of profits here and there to a certain percentage size, and then your ego starts to kick in. You start to think that you're invincible. You start to think that the best are the best, and when those sort of sentiments start to kick in, and if you're not obviously well aware of those sentiments, or those emotions, then you're just gonna dig yourself into a deeper hole. And then you've just nailed in there. The most important thing is just being aware of everything that you do, the way you approach the markets, the way whatever you do outside the markets. Everything has to, be in coordination. I mean, you cannot really overdo one thing over the other. And they also say that you might be the best, obviously, analyst, or whatever you want to call it. But then, obviously, if you're not the best when it comes to patient, then you're useless, to be honest. Like I said, you might have the best analysis in there, and then that person is not very patient. And then we might have another person who's not the best at analyzing market, but he's got a lot he's very good at being patient. If you compare those two people, then certainly the one that's patient over the ones that's got the best analysis, the ones that's patient is always gonna come on top winning. So it's just to summarize that, let's just be aware of what we're doing this week, not just this week, but obviously for the for the number of years that we're looking to be into this game. And yeah.
Now, for sure, man, that is going to be it, though. With the charts, that is everything we need to do. Like,
Mm,
just analyze the chart, look for the areas, wait for it, price react with the market. Don't ever try to go against it, man. That is one thing for sure that
mm,
I'll keep telling myself over and over again. But other than that, man, there is no reason to even feel a bit FOMO of
mm,
you can see potentially a deep pullback in this market. You can take advantage of it. No, your bias stay the same. The moment you confuse the bias, you'll be the guy who'll be taking sell. You'll be the guy who'll be taking buys and sell in the market. It don't make sense. At least with my losses now, one thing that I realized though, it's like even if I'm losing in the chart, it's more aligned with the structure that I'm trying to trade. So if I tell you the last time I hit a sell bottom in this market on MT5, I can't even remember, bro. Everything was just buy. So in some sense, that is telling me something because I'm trying to go with the overall flow of the market. That is the intention of this market. You need to understand one thing, bro. Like I feel like at the start you just want to be that guy who will be trying to take buy and sell. But this market do one thing. You just need to understand what's the intention of the market. Try to analyze it to your best understanding and actually catch that intention. Because that is how we can make money in the game in the long run, anyways. Because if I want to know, okay, potentially I can buy the euro, in the next few months, I need to know what's the intention for the euro, you know what I mean? So I can take advantage of it. So I feel like our analysis is more aligned with that now.
yeah,
So, just matter of patience and just, keep doing the same thing. Lose, calm, get off your head, understand why you lose, and then just come back. Because
and journal it.
this one is very simple. If it's not trading, because for me, for sure, that's the quick question I keep asking myself. You know what I mean? If it's not trading, then what it is? That is your biggest question as everyone that you need to understand, like, because if you don't want to do trading, that is understandable. Like, it's not everyone who like to play basketball. It's not
And
everyone who like to play a football game. But as a person, I feel like you need to have that thing in your life that you want it to do just for you. It's not for anyone else. It have to be for you, because then that will give you like that change of mindset. You'll start to think about other things that you can do in life, because trading have put a lot in my brain, bro. We
yeah,
might not be there yet, but the things that is building for me in life, I feel like there is bigger picture to it than just the charts, you know what I mean? So if it's not trading, then it's just simple question: what do you want to do, bro?
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Example.
that's it.
Exactly. As soon as you're able to know yourself, things that you like, things that you don't like, then you can always monetize that. It doesn't always has to be trading, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And you just find something that you're passionate about. Just find something that's you can relate to. Just find something that obviously you don't see it as work. You see it as a passion. And once you're able to relate that into anything that you do in your life, then everything, comes easy. You might have, hurdles along the way. You might have obviously days that are not good. You might even be at the point where you're looking to give up. But all of those are just just tests for you, to build you into the person that you need to be in order to be able to dominate the whatever you want to do, or whatever career you put yourself into. Like I said, giving up is not an option, regardless of what you do. If
Give
it's
up
this,
and do
that's
what? Give up and do what, bro? You were
exactly.
basically from nothing to something. So if you give up on this, you're just basically telling yourself you're
I'm a
going to.
loser already.
It's crazy. Like it's actually crazy, man, bro. Even if you don't make money in a long run, you will, which is the overall goal, anyways. But
That's the most important thing.
right now, you'll start to be a better person, bro. Trust me.
Exactly.
Like that is the whole thing about this entrepreneur thing that I feel
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of people don't get it. Like we all think about the outcomes, the outcome, the outcome. But bro, before the outcome, what is the inside works that you need to do, bro?
That you need to do it.
If you have given me 10,000 before like 2 3 years ago and you're giving it to me right now, the same approach that I'll have toward that 10,000 right now, compare it to the approach that I'll have it that 3 4 years ago. It's completely different, you know what I mean? It's like, so technically it's there's more to it than the money, you know what I mean? You need to build yourself a bit, not even a bit, almost that is the overall work, you know what I mean?
That's
Because
the overall work, man.
it's not right, nothing else will be making sense. It's just gonna be okay, calm, whatever come along the way, I'll take that.
Okay.
And every opportunity is just going to come and slide right in front of your face, and like,
Yeah.
bro, just focus on yourself, man. I feel like that is the biggest thing when it comes to this whole entrepreneur things, bro.
You're 100%
Yeah, man, Lamin, bro, that would be that for the chat, man. We're gonna leave it there again. Patient is going to be my number one goal this week,
this
and
week.
hopefully Wednesday we can catch up again and just see where we are on the chat, bro.
No doubt, we definitely will do. I'm back in the UK now, so yeah. My schedule is back to norm. So yeah, we're definitely gonna catch up on Wednesday. Hope, like obviously Suleiman has said, whoever was watching this, and whoever is within this industry, just be patient, be patient, and plan your trade and trade your plan.
Yeah,
As,
man,
as I keep on saying every single day. And
for sure.
obviously, I'd like to end it with this: a restricted trader is definitely a profitable trader. Restrict yourself from the impatient. Restrict yourself from obviously the impulsivity, and just be patient. Follow your plan, and let's just make it happen, man.
Yeah, man, that is that, bro. Take that words from Lamin, bro.
Mhm.
Trade your plan, bro. That is literally it. But with that, bro, inshallah, bro, we'll catch up on Wednesday, bro. So Ture, if you're still on, inshallah, bro. Assalamu alaikum, bro.
Inshallah. And then in terms of obviously what this person has said, maybe if we're able to have a conversation in private or something like that, and then see what we
Yeah,
can work on, and just give it
yeah.
out there for people to benefit of. But
Now, for
yeah,
sure, I feel like that is something we're gonna have to do anyway. So we'll do that, and yeah, man, the course is coming though, for sure, it's coming. We're
then on
gonna.
that note,